This episode is provided by Thomas Allgaier and Frennis, based on the most relevant LinkedIn posts about channel marketing in calendar weeks 11 and 12. Frennis is a B2B market research partner helping ICT and tech providers identify niche channel partners by compressing the full journey from identification to qualified first meeting into 4 to 5 weeks. You can find more info in the description. So welcome to this deep dive. Today, we are looking at the top channel marketing trends seen across LinkedIn over the past 2 weeks. And honestly, it's a pretty brutal reality check for anyone in B2B marketing right now.
Oh, absolutely. It's like waking up and finding out the entire playbook you've been using for the last 5 years is just completely dead. We're cutting through all that typical partnership theater today to look at what's actually driving pipeline and revenue.
Yeah, because it's a massive historical expectation of stuff, right? You sign an agreement, push out a nice little press release, slap a logo on a slide deck, and just wait for the leads to roll in.
Which is crazy, but yeah, that was the standard.
It was.
Yeah.
But if you look at the trenches right now, that strategy is getting shredded. So no vanity metrics today, just hard revenue.
Right. And if you track the discussions, the first massive shift we're seeing is really coming from the top down. I mean, the hyperscaler ecosystems are essentially being re-architected from scratch.
Meaning what exactly? Like the big players are changing the rules.
Totally changing the rules. It used to be all about badges and certifications, but those are practically irrelevant now. The hyperscalers are moving to a model that strictly rewards customer outcomes and co-sell influence. Like Sanjay Dubey had a great post about Google Cloud.
Oh, right. The partner advantage thing.
Exactly. They didn't just update it. They completely scrapped the old partner advantage program to launch this new Google Cloud partner network. The new currency is outcomes, not just, logging activities.
Let me stop you there, because that sounds insane. If Google is just scrapping a program that partners relied on, what happens to those companies who just spent 6 months getting all their engineers certified? Is that just wasted time now?
I mean, it doesn't count for nothing, but...
But it's not a golden ticket anymore.
Exactly. It doesn't guarantee you a seat at the table.
Yeah.
The old system was basically a land grab. The hyperscalers just wanted as many certified people as possible, but now they look at your actual co-sell influence. Like, did your presence in this deal actually drive Google Cloud consumption?
Right. It's almost like moving from getting a participation trophy to a strict commission-only structure. You have to prove your worth.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to put it. And Sanjay makes this brilliant point about the opportunity here. Google just introduced a new diamond tier. And because everything is in such flux, there's this massive 6-month window right now for smaller boutique firms to literally leapfrog the massive legacy system integrators.
Wow. By doing what? Just being faster.
Speed, yeah, but mostly extreme specialization. If a boutique firm has a super sharp vertical focus and leads with packaged AI agent plays, they become the obvious choice. The massive generalist firms just can't pivot fast enough to deliver those specific AI outcomes.
Yeah, and it's not just Google doing this. Alan Bebchik saw the exact same thing over at Salesforce. They just compressed 170 legacy specializations down into just 28 core competencies.
170 to 28. That is a huge cut.
Massive.
Yeah.
So if you're a mid-sized generalist partner listening to this, the message is incredibly clear. Depth over breadth. Because the App Exchange algorithms are going to actively surface boutiques with verified delivery in very specific areas.
Which means if you try to be everything to everyone, your lead flow is going to drop to 0.
Exactly. The algorithm favors a boutique that has, say, 5 incredible revenue cloud migrations over a giant firm that has average scores across 20 different products.
That completely changes the competitive dynamic, and it puts a ton of pressure on partnership leaders.
Yeah.
Eric Majitsi actually summed this up perfectly. He noted that the best partnership leaders right now are deliberately narrowing their focus.
Less is more, basically.
Yeah, and he issued this brutal challenge. He basically said, can you defend your top 5 alliances with hard revenue impact data in under 5 minutes?
Oof. 5 minutes. I bet most people would panic.
Right, because if you can't, Eric says you don't have a channel, you just have a relationship.
Yeah, you have a friend, not a business strategy.
Yeah.
But okay, if hard revenue data is the new currency, how do you actually execute that? Because even if you have a highly specialized boutique, you still have to navigate those massive hyperscaler portals.
Yeah.
And based on what we're seeing, most teams severely lack basic operational discipline.
Completely. And look, operational discipline sounds so boring. It sounds like admin work, right?
Yeah.
But it's the actual plumbing of your pipeline. Reese Berry did a fantastic breakdown of the Microsoft Partner Center, and he highlighted a huge misconception.
Referral thing.
Yes. Partners think that just sharing a referral in the portal means they are co-selling, and it absolutely does not.
Yeah, Reese laid that out so well. It's like a lot of partners think logging a deal in the portal is like calling the head chef directly to customize your meal. But in reality, it's like talking to a bouncer outside the restaurant who has like 14 days to decide if you even get to see a menu. You have to pass the ops bouncer first.
That is the best analogy. Seriously. When you submit that deal, it doesn't go to a Microsoft sales rep. It lands on the desk of the co-sell operations service. It's just an ops team, not sellers. And they have up to 14 days to review it.
14 days of just sitting there in limbo.
Exactly. And if your notes are vague or the timeline isn't clear, they just decline it. It's a filter to protect the actual account executives from getting spammed with garbage leads. You don't even get the actual seller's contact info until after the ops team accepts it.
Which is wild because people think they hit submit and the phone's going to ring the next day. And then they get mad at Microsoft when it doesn't.
Yeah, and that friction just destroys pipelines. Kyle E. pointed out a really similar blind spot with the AWS marketplace. Like, most ISVs think getting listed is the hardest part.
Oh, sure. The legal and technical reviews are tough.
Right, but traction is the actual hurdle. You can't just open a storefront and expect enterprise software to sell itself. You need a rock-solid internal qualification framework for your sellers, and you need a year-long communication plan with your partner development manager.
But wait, let me play devil's advocate here. If so many companies are failing at the operational side, failing to fill out portals or get traction on AWS, is this just a talent issue? Are partner managers just dropping the ball, or is the whole corporate system kind of rigged against them?
That is the exact tension Rob Moyer brought up. And he argues it's an organizational failure, not a talent failure. Companies buy the idea of partnerships, right? They want the logo on the slide, but they refuse to integrate them with sales quotas or CRM visibility.
So the partner manager is basically just a glorified help desk worker chasing deals in a spreadsheet.
Exactly. A siloed spreadsheet that no one else looks at. Rob says you have to stop performing partnerships and start operating them. Get a quota. Integrate with HubSpot or Salesforce. If you don't have that internal plumbing, you can't execute externally.
Which ties right into what Pete Zaras said about AWS success. His rule is, don't wait for AWS to bring you deals. Bring the deal first.
Yes. Be proactive.
Right. And when you finally get past that bouncer and talk to the account manager, don't pitch your software. Speak their language. Talk about the AWS cloud consumption that will happen after your software is implemented. Prime the pump,
Yeah.
Because trust is built before the deal, not during it.
And you have to do the operational legwork to even earn that trust. But here's where things get really crazy. If human error and siloed CRMs are causing these massive 14-day bottlenecks at places like Microsoft, how do you fix it? The industry's answer right now is AI.
Yeah. AI is rapidly becoming the native infrastructure for this stuff. Elizabeth Robillard and Pete Zaras both discussed this massive news about the new AWS Partner Central Agents.
Yeah.
And we need to be clear, this isn't just a chatbot that answers FAQs.
No, not at all. AWS is structurally shifting from human-led co-selling to agentified co-selling. It's built on Amazon Bedrock Agent Core, and it actively reads your historical CRM data, matches it against AWS's internal consumption patterns, and literally auto-populates your deal registration fields.
That is insane. It just does the admin for you.
It does the admin, it surfaces pipeline insights, it even recommends which specific AWS funding programs your deal qualifies for. AWS wants you working deals with their AI agent support so you can completely bypass that operational ops desk bottleneck.
But, and this is a massive but, Pete Zaras added a really critical caveat. This AI magic only works if you are already in the game with clean pipeline data.
Oh, 100%. Garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. If your CRM is a mess of duplicated accounts and blank opportunity notes, the AI is just going to surface terrible recommendations faster. You have to have an operational foundation to accelerate.
Yeah, the AI is an accelerant, not a savior. But we are seeing it used brilliantly on the marketing ops side to build that foundation. Jasmine Kyle shared this amazing real-world example.
Oh, the Amazon Kira one. That was great.
Yeah, she had this nightmare scenario. Her team sends millions of emails to AWS partners in over 200 countries, and the manual reporting was just awful. Formatting Excel sheets, fixing pivot tables, answering random Slack messages about last month's stats.
A total administrative black hole.
Total black hole. So she used Amazon's AI coding assistant, Kiro, to build a self-service campaign digest. She literally built and shipped it in a single afternoon, a project she had put off for months because the manual work was so tedious.
See, that is the real unlock for B2B marketers. The AI didn't replace Jasmine's strategic judgment, right? It didn't decide what metrics mattered. It just completely removed the barrier to execution.
Exactly. And Can Osman Yildirim noted the exact same thing for early adopters of the AWS agents. Companies like WatchGuard are turning tasks that used to take days into minutes.
Just minutes, which gives you a massive competitive advantage. But that does force a pretty uncomfortable question.
What's that?
If AI is taking over the data entry, formatting the admin, generating the reporting, and even doing the co-sell matching with the hyperscaler, what does the human partner manager actually do all day?
Well, their role doesn't disappear, it just expands. They stop being admins and they become orchestrators. Asher Matthew had this fascinating observation. He spoke to a bunch of services companies, and they all said customers are now actively asking for the partner manager to join the deal calls.
Wait, not just the account executive. They specifically want the partner manager.
Yes. Because think about a modern enterprise deal. It's not just one vendor selling one license anymore. You have a core cloud platform like AWS, a services partner doing the implementation, an ISV providing the software layer, and an AI provider for analytics.
Right. It's incredibly complex.
Exactly. And the customer is looking at this web of 4 vendors and saying, I don't want 4 salespeople pitching me. I want someone orchestrating this entire ecosystem. I need a general contractor to make sure this all actually works together.
Wow. But orchestrating that requires an immense amount of trust because you're managing vendors who all have their own quotas, their own margins, their own agendas. It's so fragile.
It's incredibly fragile, and it can blow up in an instant if you aren't careful. Chad Kaiser shared this cautionary tale that just perfectly illustrates this. His company was scaling fast, and the board decided they wanted a direct sales team in key enterprise markets.
Okay, but weren't those markets already covered by their resellers?
Yes. They were.
Oh, no. So they're basically competing with their own partners. How do you even communicate that?
Well, you're supposed to be transparent and set clear rules, but leadership decided to just quietly build the direct team and, figure it out later. They thought they could double dip.
That never stays quiet in B2B sales. Never.
Never. The resellers found out from a mutual client, which is literally the worst possible way for a partner to find out you're encroaching on their territory.
I can't even imagine that phone call. The betrayal they must have felt.
It destroyed 4 years of trust overnight. 3 of their top 5 partners froze all new business immediately. One partner actually told their clients to delay their software renewals. Their partner NPS dropped from 7.8 to 3.1 in 2 months. They were getting legal letters.
Did they survive that? Because that sounds like a company-ending mistake.
They survived, but it took 11 months of brutal recovery. The CEO had to personally call the partners to apologize. They had to write strict rules of engagement within 30 days, create a list of protected accounts, and actually compensate the partners for lost deals during the mess.
Wow.
Yeah. Chad said channel conflict isn't a sales problem, it's a leadership trust problem, and rebuilding it is brutally expensive.
So if we pull all these threads together, the picture for B2B marketing right now is pretty clear. The ecosystem requires extreme operational transparency. Whether you are dealing with hyperscaler AI agents that need perfectly clean data or human resellers who need clear boundaries and trust, you just can't fake it anymore.
The era of partnership theatrics is totally over. It is entirely about measurable execution and actually orchestrating customer outcomes.
If you enjoyed this episode, new episodes drop every 2 weeks. Also check out our other editions on account-based marketing, field marketing, AI and B2B marketing, MarTech, go-to-market, and social selling.
And as you head back to your own partner portals tomorrow, I want to leave you with a final thought inspired by Robert Davies. When you look at your dashboard, ask yourself, are you just measuring activity, like joint calls and portal logins? Or are you measuring joint market impact? Because as AI gets better at matching deals and predicting consumption, how long until the hyperscaler's AI just bypasses human partner managers entirely and starts negotiating directly with the customer's AI procurement agents? Are you building the kind of deep trust that an algorithm simply can't replicate?
Yeah, if you're just putting on a show, the algorithms will replace you. But if you're doing the hard operational work, you become indispensable. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Make sure to hit subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.